Hello, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising Sun. Welcome to 2024 January. It's a very positive month. Lord Venus, the Lord of your sign, is up to some really good business on your behalf. She can help you with your investments, your chunky money, real estate and property matters, mortgages, and more. But also, she's going to give you a lovely little personal touch glow up, and it can even bring you into a contact with some deeper meaning and purpose in your life. Let's get talking about how this is a good money month and among other good things, okay? Among other good things. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lori Lothian, a Western tropical zodiac astrologer. Whole sign houses, minor stars, and fixed asteroids are all a part of my portfolio to help you time your best life using the navigational wisdom of astrology. I would tell you before we talk about your exciting month ahead, a couple of small things. One, I do have a promotion on until the end of the month in which you can get, if you missed my pre-sale order, my 2024 deep dive all sign videos, 90 minutes times 12 videos for only $59. It was on a pre-sale price earlier, but now it's just at this new a little higher than the $77 value price of $59. So check it out below, and you might want to listen to your sun, moon, and rising with that longer deep dive of the whole year ahead. And that content never goes public. It helps me raise money for my equipment and my assistants. And also, if you would like to get your a la carte sign that's not on sale, but you can see the links for just getting your deep dive Taurus sign down below for your sun, moon, or rising. I encourage you to get down for listening for your sun, moon, and rising sign for anything you listen to on YouTube. Sun, purpose, career; moon, home and safety needs and body sometimes; and the ascendant, rising sign, everything about your life. And we're using whole sign houses, reminding you not to get confused with your Placidus chart. All astrologers on YouTube are acting as if we're talking about a whole sign and a whole house. Let's get going and see what we have to do in this year ahead for you, in this month ahead. Okay, the first thing I'd say is this. We're going to chronologically go through the month, and then I'm going to give you the big broad brushstrokes of the transits of Mercury and Venus through different signs, as well as planets moving direct. But I'm starting everybody with the really good news that Jupiter goes direct after being retrograde all fall from September onward. He does go direct finally, just as we step into the new year on December the 30th. And this is going to feel very positive. This will feel like, okay, now I get a sense of momentum in my health, a sense of powerful momentum in my well-being, in my subjective well-being, in my happiness, in my enjoyment of life, because Jupiter's in your first house of you until the third week of May in 2024. And now that he's headed direct, now you're starting to get back on the bounty track. It's really good for also getting a sense of more luck in your life and a more personal growth, but also things you attend to are fortunate and lucky. While he was retrograde, it was a little bit less so in the last 4 months of 2023. Now, Jupiter direct, yes, but at the beginning of the month as well, in January, we have a bit of a tension coming in off of the day before New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, so 2 days before January 1st, 2 days after, you're feeling some tension about your money perhaps, or shared money with another person. That's because Venus is going to be in a square position or difficult conversation with Saturn. This could be disagreements with a friend or a sibling about money. This can be some frustration around bank loans, mortgages, things to do maybe with your inheritance matters, if those are things that have been going on in your life. Or you could just have a fight about money with somebody, or disagreements about money and savings, and also the kind of money that you might have a credit card debt with, or share with another in a bank account, or that you've got in investment structures. Saturn wants to constrain things around that kind of money, and so just be watchful for feeling a little constricted in those kinds of financial areas during the 2 days before New Year's, January 1st, and 2 days after. Finally, then that tension does end, and it's important because Venus is the Lord of your sign, and it can feel difficult for you. Maybe even some larger range plan or goal you have for your life is being held up by some kind of financial glitch: taxes, mortgages, insurance payouts, shared money with another person. As you then move into the month ahead, it's a lovely little energy here, or positive energy, of a mini grand trine, the first of the one in January. We have two, which is really cool. These are very flowing and fortunate aspect patterns. And this one's formed by Mars. This starts on the 8th to the 15th of the month of January. It's a wonderful week, basically, right? Week 2 of January, you're going to enjoy it. Mars is in a flow called a sextile to Saturn, while in a trine, which is also lucky and flowing to Jupiter. Mars is in your 8th, 9th house of foreign shores, foreign lands and travel, academic environments, book publishing environments, third marriage environments, and also things to do with court and legal matters. This means Mars is supporting you in a very positive way to succeed at these sorts of things. And as he does this, he says to sextile Saturn, he says, let's get help from friends and allies. Let's get benefactors. Let's pull from people who are like older brothers or sisters, or literally older brothers and sisters who can benefit you in some way. The trine to Jupiter opens up a possibility of some kind of success in the ninth house matters through decisions and actions you're taking that are going to be exalted. You know, you rise to the top of your class, you get a promotion, you manage to get accepted at your ideal school, university, college, you're getting a book publishing deal on the go. That foreign land trip that you want to take is coming together seamlessly by either planning it and taking action now, or even taking that trip. So this energy is also accompanied by a very interesting and rare event. And I'll be doing a whole long deep dive video into this. I really encourage you to subscribe because this is going to be game changing for every sign. Mars will become visible around the 11th of the month of January. And remember, we're looking at the 8th to the 15th as this whole mini grand trine glow up. And as Mars becomes visible, he also becomes powerful, and he's exalted in your ninth house. Some of you, this can be exalted, powerful opportunities over 2 years that follow this January 11th for foreign lands, foreign travel, foreign shores, book publishing, legal and court matters working in your favor, academic success. Really powerful time for all of those things to really rise up. Mars is rising and he's exalting that part of your sky. If you were alive in 1977, January, add 2 years. This is the last time this thing happened. You might want to compare notes, but of course it's different every time. We have Pluto co-present in Capricorn, so there's a lot of intensity that's much different this time around. Then we move forward in the month and we can see that you're going to have around the 20th of the month, 2021st, energetically, Pluto conjunct the sun at the 29th degree of Capricorn, completing and finalizing something for good, perhaps, or a turbulent ending, or an intense dharma, purpose-driven accomplishment, like reaching the peak of a mountain in academics, in legal and court and judgy matters, you know, in foreign travel and foreign land matters, in spiritual attainment and spiritual matters. These are all ninth house matters, like the house of God, right? Then we see Pluto moving on the 21st in most places in the world into the 0 degree mark of Aquarius. And of course, the sun will follow him on the 22nd. And we end up with that sort of gentle conjunction happening there. They're not actually perfecting. The sun is moving faster. But basically, you're going to end up energetically feeling that there's something going on for you that really is highlighting your career. And it's going to start to be a place of your greater attention. You're going to be wanting to know what the hell you're going to do over the next 20 years to be powerful, wealthy, and successful in your career, and to transform career into a deeper and more meaningful journey for you. And that's a long Pluto story, but you get some winds of it, just like you did last year between March and June. You got a taste of this. Now it's back again until September. Then it regresses into Capricorn until mid-November, and then it's back again for 20 years. So yay you, this is the time, this is the beginning of the time of you powering up. Early born Taurus, sun, moon, and rising in the first 4 or 5 degrees of that sign are going to feel this energy most acutely in 24 and 2025. And what else can I say here? Oh, yes. We have a strange thing going on in our sky that I don't agree with other astrologers. So between the 24th and the 31st or so, I mean, it's back and forth. Jupiter is in a broad sextile to, or in a sextile to Saturn. So Jupiter, you hold the luck. You are magnanimous. You are queen and king of Mount Olympus. Jupiter in the sign of you, but flowing to Saturn in the house of friends as allies, elder siblings, dreams and wishes, great career gains. Fine. I would say you could have some uptick in those areas I just described. Lucky breaks in your career, more success in your earnings and revenue from your career, some favors from friends who are in positions of authority. But because this never perfects and never comes to an exact sextile and just hovers like teasingly as if it would be, I'm just saying I don't think it's the most important story, but there's a kind of a gentle, close but not quite energy. It could even be like a friend was going to help you with something, or an elder sibling was going to help you with something, or you were going to get some kind of offer of some new status in your career, and it didn't come together. Someone just missed the mark, perhaps. And then moving onward, we have a very interesting, intense period of sky on the 25th to the 28th of the month. This is going to be Mercury conjunct Mars, which is not in its own right a problem. It could be very intense speech or dramatic, passionate ideas, or something to do with travel, because Mars is in your foreign lands and travel house, and Mercury is the god of protecting travelers. And this is going to happen between the 25th and 28th, but it's also, if you're in the book publishing world, it could be like trying to negotiate a contract. But Mars does cut, end, and sever. So it could be a contractual breach or end, or a trip that doesn't go the way you plan, because it's squaring the nodes of fate, which is where we get the intensity between the lunar nodes in Libra and in Aries, squaring the conjunction of Mercury to Mars. So there's a lot of intensity here around the 25th to the 28th of the month. Proactively, I'd say a few things for you. Not a good time to get a new pet. Self-notice and pet house of pets, sign a lease. Not a good time to do a medical procedure around your health. Not a good time to force a trip to a foreign place, for any reason. It looks like it could be a really challenging thing to choose, right? I mean, if you could delay the trip or change your mind about the trip, that's, very important to know. That would be positive for you, because whatever this tension is about, in order to sign a new lease or lease agreement as a landlord or a tenant, because whatever this is about, it will clear a bit. Because what happens later on around the 28th of January, as Mercury moves forward, he forms a really lovely and very positive conversation to Uranus in the house of you. Unexpected, surprising news, conversations, plans, ideas, or negotiations around academic environments, foreign travel and lands, and court and legal matters, and spiritual hope and faith can come out of the blue and surprise you in a good way on the 28th. So whatever gets stalled out, I'm saying, or feels gritty on the 25th to the 27th, 8th, then around the 28th, 29th, something good tries to show up and surprise you in a very good way. And it kind of fixes the problem, basically. Venus is the Lord of you, and she forms a mini grand trine on the 27th to the 28th of the month as she flows to Jupiter and sextile Saturn. We've talked about this already. Mars did the same thing back on the 8th to the 15th. The same areas of your sky are active, but now Venus is giving you the goodies, and she's your most important planet. So she's going to say something like, from the house of academics, the house of foreign lands, and the house of foreign travel, she's going to have a conversation with Saturn in the house of great career gains, favors from friends as allies, longer term dreams and wishes and hopes. She's going to have a conversation and said, let's work something out here. And she says to Jupiter in the house of you, and let's be damn lucky about it. So the luck, the opportunity, the expansion, the growth, and the wealth is exciting. Now, it can also involve an elder sibling. It can also involve a friend who wants to be of assistance to you. But I don't know. There's so many ways it could turn out. A friend wants to propose a trip and has got the tickets in hand, and you say yes. An elder sibling has something to give you or share with you that helps you win a court case, or, just trying to put together 9th house matters, 11th house people, 1st house, you're just freaking lucky, right? You could definitely say that she helps you win a court matter and it offers up some kind of success for you. So there's all kinds of things going on at once here, but it's a very positive sky. And it's just like, you're going to go through that kind of 8th to the 15th, and then Mars is making some positive changes in some areas I've discussed. And then between the 27th and 28th, Venus follows up with even more goodies in her goodie bag. So those areas of your life really feel wonderful. And don't forget, book publishing does belong to the 9th house. If any of you are trying to get a book publishing deal, I'm going to say January can work very well, or an agent or something like that. And what else is happening here? We finish up with, no, that's good. So now I'm going to tell you about the transits of the movement of the planets. Now, Venus is important to you. Let's start with her. On December 29th, she's going to move through December 29th to January 23rd. All right. She's moving through Sagittarius, and that's your chunky money, bank loans, mortgages, inheritances. You can get some kind of chunky money with that. Now, do you normally get chunky money with that? Not necessarily, but she happens to be flowing to the nodes of fate in the house of debt, 6th house, 12th house matters. It can be inheritances, it can be insurance payouts, it can be money that comes from a sudden grant or a loan, or It's just good money stories. And maybe your business partner or love partner also brings that money story into the story. And it's not just your own, but there's a pop of money success going on as she's flowing to the nodes of fate, particularly good money stories around animals, pets, leases, or even ability to pay down or off debt, that kind of thing. And so again, the dates of that are December 29th to January 23rd. And also at the same time, Mercury will be going basically January 2nd to the 22nd, so accompanying Venus through your 8th house. And that kind of combination, mortgage deals, refinancing, inheritance mediation, closing up money around stocks and stock investments, good tax outcomes, things like that. Mercury, Venus are loving up your 8th house of chunky money. And finally, we also have the possibility then of a secret love affair because that's what Venus can do here. Would she normally do that? This is flowing to the south node, north node, and that can be a destined affair that is a love affair you're keeping secret, because that can happen when we have the nodes of fate involved. And Mercury would be a lot of text messages or back and forth communications with it doesn't be secret negative, just you're not telling the world about this little romance that's ongoing. And January the 23rd through to the end of the month and into February, we're going to find Venus loving up your 9th house. So again, you're lucky, positive, and effectually attracting good things to do with academic success, to do with your world of publications and book publishing, teaching and learning, and traveling, especially to foreign places. So again, that could even be a trip and a great opportunity when Venus is going through Capricorn 9th house as a Taurus to actually take a very enjoyable trip. But if it's not a trip, it's just a sense of success in that area of the sky. And again, that's January 23rd into the second week of February. And as I mentioned, Pluto will be moving into Aquarius. That's your 10th house of reputation and career. Get ready for a transformation over the next 20 years. And that's on the 3rd week of January. And that will be in full effect most of this year, minus September, October, November. Welcome to the year 24, the beginning of the Pluto story. All right, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications if you haven't already. If you want to join my Patreon community, I have a special, and it ends at the end of this month of January. And that is that you can have a free live course with me, replay available, to redo courses on synastry, find your relationship person, and Chiron, the key to purpose, have been taught. They're not for sale yet. And you can, or maybe they are for sale, but you can get them for free. They would be for sale for $33 on my Podias site, but you get them for free when you join my Patreon community. Try me out for $5 a month. I'm trying to build community over there where you get 2 or 3 Zoom meetings with me every month. It depends on your tier. I teach classes there that you never see on YouTube. Everything I put on YouTube is early access, ad-free. So if you want to get that kind of ad-free content before and stuff before the rest of everyone else does, and original content, check out my Patreon community. The link is in the description box below. Okay, or it's it must be patreon.com/lunatic astrology. Thank you, Taurus. I'm wishing you the best in 2024 January.